April 4th, Napoleon's first abdication, a turning point in European history. On April 4th, 1814, Napoleon Bonaparte, facing the imminent defeat in the War of the Sixth Coalition, abdicated the French throne. The Grand Alliance of European powers, determined to overthrow him, had entered Paris on April 3, 1814. Napoleon retreated to the Fontainebleau, where, amidst growing despair, he made the difficult decision to step down. Offering a conditional abdication in favor of his son, Napoleon II, he aimed to preserve the Napoleonic dynasty. However, the Allies insisted on an unconditional surrender. Consequently, on April 6, 1814, Napoleon signed the Act of Abdication, renouncing his imperial title and political power. This marked the end of his initial reign and the beginning of exile on the island of Elba. Despite the defeat, Napoleon's lasting legacy endured, shaped by his impact on Europe's political landscape, far-reaching reforms, and military prowess. His first abdication, a significant moment, did not diminish his historical significance. William Henry Harrison's brief presidency comes to an end. On April 4, 1841, the United States experienced a historic moment with the death of President William Henry Harrison due to pneumonia. This marked a significant milestone as Harrison became the first U.S. president to pass away while in office, setting an unfortunate record for the shortest presidential administration. William Henry Harrison, the 9th President of the United States, had only been in office for 32 days when he had succumbed to illness. His presidency was notably brief, and his death prompted a swift transition of power. Following Harrison's demise, Vice President John Tyler assumed the role of president, stepping into the responsibilities and challenges left in the wake of Harrison's short-lived tenure. The brevity of Harrison's presidency and his untimely death underscored the fragility of leadership during that era and left an enduring mark on American history. The unexpected transition of power set a precedent for continuity in governance, emphasizing the resilience of the U.S. political system even in the face of unforeseen circumstances. 1847. The Great Fire of Munich's Central Station. On April 4, 1847, the Central Station in Munich, Germany, burned to the ground in a massive fire. The fire started in the station's baggage room and quickly spread to the rest of the building. The fire was so intense that it could be seen from miles away. It took firefighters over 12 hours to bring the fire under control. The fire caused extensive damage to the station. The building was completely destroyed, and all of the trains and equipment inside were lost. The fire also caused significant damage to the surrounding area. The fire was a major setback for the city of Munich. The station was a vital transportation hub for the city, and its destruction disrupted travel and commerce. The advent of the Finnish Mara. On April 4, 1860, a historic announcement echoed across the Grand Duchy of Finland, heralding the official introduction of the Finnish Mara as the national currency. This marked a pivotal moment in Finnish history, signifying the nation's transition to monetary independence from Russia. Before 1860, Finland relied on the Russian ruble as its official currency, a choice that proved unsuitable for the country's economic needs due to the volatility and difficulties in currency exchange. In response to these challenges, the Finnish government deliberated on the adoption of an independent currency during the 1850s. In 1859, a decisive step was taken as the government enacted a law establishing the Finnish marka as the official currency, initially pegged to the ruble at a rate of 1 marka to 1.25 rubles. The introduction of the marka elicited various reactions, with some celebrating it as a symbol of Finnish independence, while others expressed concerns about potential economic implications. While the initial transition led to short-term economic instability, the marka ultimately proved beneficial for Finland's economic stability and growth. Alexander II narrowly escapes assassination. On April 4, 1866, Alexander II of Russia narrowly evaded an assassination attempt by Dmitry Karakazov in St. Petersburg, marking a pivotal moment in Russian history. Karakazov, part of a radical political group opposing Alexander II's reforms, perceived the Tsar as a tyrant oppressing the Russian people. Positioned outside the Summer Garden, Karakazov fired a pistol at Alexander II as he departed, narrowly missing the Tsar, but tragically claiming the life of a bystander. Subsequently arrested, Karakazov was executed for his attempts. The event profoundly influenced Alexander II, prompting a shift toward conservatism and repression in his policies. Dissent and political opposition faced heightened crackdowns during this period. The attempted assassination triggered a wave of political instability, with subsequent years witnessing additional attempts on Alexander II's life, and these events contributed to mounting unrest in Russia, eventually culminating in the Russian Revolution of 1917. 1884, the Armistice of Valparaso. On April 4, 1884, Chile and Bolivia signed an indefinite armistice agreement in the Treaty of Valparaso, ending the War of the Pacific. The treaty ceded the coastal province of Antofagasta, with its capital of Antofagasta, to Chile. This made Bolivia a landlocked country. The War of the Pacific was a conflict between Chile, Peru, and Bolivia over control of the nitrate deposits of the Atacama Desert. The war began in 1879 when Bolivia and Chile went to war over a disputed border. Peru intervened on Bolivia's side, but Chile emerged victorious. The Treaty of Valparaso was a major victory for Chile. It gave Chile control over the nitrate deposits, which were a major source of wealth. The treaty also made Chile the dominant power in South America. The Treaty of Valparaso had a significant impact on Bolivia. It made Bolivia a landlocked country and deprived it of a major source of revenue. The treaty also led to a period of political instability in Bolivia. April 4th, 1887, Susanna M. Salter makes history. On this date, Argonia, Kansas made history by electing a Susanna M. Salter as the first female mayor in the United States. This groundbreaking event marked a significant step forward in the recognition of women's political leadership in the country.